Massive plans for Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley's storyline bashed. Why Roman Reigns is the most evil heel in wrestling. Cody Rhodes addresses his chances against Roman Reigns at WWE WrestleMania 39. Rikishi added to the Bloodline storyline. WWE in talks to legalize gambling for match results. Sami Zayn breaks his silence after Jey Uso's betrayal. Best swerves of all time, Jey Uso betraying Sami Zayn. Let's jump right into it. Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley storyline bashed. Bray Wyatt's WWE return in October 2022 was met with a huge crowd pop. However, 5 months into his second run with the Stamford-based promotion, the 35-year-old has been on the receiving end of severe reproval. Bobby Lashley, on the other hand, came off a successful feud against Brock Lesnar. The duo, unfortunately, had an abominable match at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event in Montreal, which was reportedly affected due to the Beast turning down a match with Wyatt at WrestleMania 39. The idea of Wyatt and Lashley wrestling was passable at first. Then, their storyline started. On the road to WrestleMania 39, Bray has not done much of substance since his feud-ending victory over LA Knight at the Royal Rumble. Speaking on his podcast, The Jim Cornette Experience, Jim Cornette had some strong words about the feud. In regards to their segment on Raw last week, which massively disappointed fans, the WWE veteran began, "I think there was an element, honestly, of dread or feeling of impending doom on his face, that he has to work with this effing guy." As he's trying to leave Lashley down the rampway, on the screen there is Bray Wyatt. This is so bad, and so hokey, and so silly. Bray Wyatt dressed up as Lashley doing an exercise video, shaking his butt, and the jazzy Richard Simmons kind of music. Mr. Muscle Man. It hurts Bobby. It's all going to be silly. Even Bobby Lashley, a beast like that, for this pudgy fat bearded FK, that shows us nothing, ever, Bray Wyatt, and never gets to a point, and he's going to sell nothing for Lashley, this beast. But it was bad, because it was silly. And then it got spooky, it got sillier. And the lights go out, like always. Evidently, the company may not have many plans for the two on the road to the biggest show of the year. Bobby Lashley could possibly even end this feud by defeating Bray Wyatt once and for all before resuming his rivalry with Brock Lesnar. After Brock turned down a match against Bray, WWE pulled a fast one by having the former intentionally disqualify himself during his match with Bobby Lashley. The bout was just shy of 5 minutes, which disappointed the Montreal crowd. However, it remains to be seen how the storyline will play out, with 22 days ahead before the Showcase of the Immortals. How excited are you for WrestleMania 39 this year? Sound off in the comments section below. Why Roman Reigns is the most evil heel in wrestling. Former WWE commentator Hugo Savinovich recently picked Roman Reigns as his choice for the most evil heel of the year. The leader of the Bloodline has been a champion for over 900 days now. In this current run, Reigns has managed to demolish every challenger that stood up to him. At the same time, the tribal chief ruled over the island of relevancy with an iron hand and kept the Bloodline close whenever he needed support. On this week's Unscripted podcast, Hugo mentioned that Roman Reigns would be the best heel just by the sheer number of people watching him weekly. He reasoned that WWE was the most watched wrestling product and Reigns was the top heel there, making him the best in the business. The people see WWE in their product, regardless if I'm upset with their storyline or not, weekly. Let's be honest, people say that shouldn't count. Yes, it should count. People see him in Russia, China, Latin America, United States. There is no other company that comes close to people that watch a wrestling product. Therefore, with the greatest of the mic, the story of the Bloodline chief. In my case, I gotta go with Roman. During the same conversation, Lucha Libre VP Michael Morales-Torres felt that current AEW champion MJF has gone above and beyond to become the most hated man in wrestling. I gotta go with MJF. As a heel, the things that he's doing. I don't not approve the tequila thing at the Kid at all. That was not necessary. But the way he's making everyone hate him for real. Like no one likes him. The audience boos him. His hometown loves him, but instead, no one else likes MJF. That's great, that's his work. He did not condone MJF's actions at EW Revolution but felt that the star is currently the most dastardly heel in the business. Who is your pick for the best heel, Roman Reigns or MJF? Let us know your thoughts below. Cody Rhodes addresses his chances against Roman Reigns at WWE WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes recently addressed his chances of defeating the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, at WrestleMania 39. After being sidelined with an injury for several months, Rhodes returned to in-ring competition last January to win the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble match and punch his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania 39. He will now square off against Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at this year's Showcase of the Immortals. In a recent interview with Out of Character, the American Nightmare stated that he could win his bout against Reigns. However, he also believes there is a big chance he could lose. Going into that with so much pride about it, but there's a chance you can win and there's a chance you can lose. There's a really big chance you can lose if you look at what Roman has done. And I want to go into that the same way I went into the Rumble, no excuses. I want to have no doubt that I've done everything I can to prepare as an athlete for this match, he said. Since his return to the Stanford-based company, Cody Rhodes has repeatedly stated that he wanted to finish the story and win the world title his father never won. In a recent interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling's Kevin Kellam, Rhodes disclosed that his motivation to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship is genuine and not just part of the storyline. "I'm always kinda hip and keen to the amount of emotion that happens with me on television, and you brought up a good point, it's real. I would say that everything everyone has been watching since I came back at the Royal Rumble is real. In an industry where there's a suspension of disbelief and areas of gray, this is the most real anything has ever been, trying to win a title that my family never touched. The last opportunity they had for it was in the late 70s. It's as real as it gets," he said. Rikishi added to the Bloodline storyline. Teddy Long recently stated that it was about time Rikishi returned to WWE and inserted himself in the ongoing Bloodline saga on Raw and SmackDown. Things took another wild turn on this week's episode of Raw, where Jey Uso betrayed Sami Zayn to make his association with the Bloodline even stronger. After weeks of teasing, growing disillusioned, and going his separate ways, Jey made it clear he was loyal to the Roman Reigns-led stable. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast hosted by Mac Davis, Teddy Long explained how the segment was another testament to Sami Zayn's skills. The WWE Hall of Famer added that the swerve of Jey Uso attacking the former honorary Uso was outstanding. Long also mentioned how this was the best time for the promotion to bring Rikishi in as part of the Bloodline and have him deal with the Usos. Well, that just goes to show you how Sami Zayn is over, and I watched that, and like I said, it's one of the greatest storylines I have seen in a long time. The swerve was just outstanding in the end. Now you're happy? Oh, you didn't do just that to us. Now, all I can see, like I said before, the only thing I can see is, you have to bring in Rikishi. You have to bring in their father. He didn't raise his boys like that, said Teddy Long. In a recent chat with Riju Dasgupta of Sportskeeda Wrestling, Teddy Long mentioned how things have changed in WWE since the Attitude Era. However, Long feels that the Bloodline saga was slowly reviving those days in the promotion, saying the storyline is one of the greatest he had ever witnessed. "I think it's changing because times have changed. The wrestling world has changed now. It's not the same as the Attitude Era. Wish we could go back to the Attitude Era, that was great. But it's coming close because I have been watching the shows recently, and this Bloodline and stuff is one of the greatest storylines I have ever watched. Like I said, it's no comparison, it's all totally different." The stable would be heavily featured at WrestleMania 39, where Roman Reigns will defend his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes. Apart from that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are expected to challenge the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships at the event. WWE in talks to legalize gambling for match results. WWE is reportedly making strides to make gambling on scripted matches a possibility in the future. The idea of gambling on wrestling matches may sound strange to some, as the outcomes are predetermined. However, the promotion is making an attempt to ensure their results are protected and worthy of fans placing wagers on. According to Alex Sherman of CNBC, WWE has conducted talks with state regulators in Michigan and Colorado about legalized gambling on high-profile matchups. The company is working with accounting firm I to ensure the secrecy of their match results so that betting will not be tainted by results leaking before the match takes place. Alex Sherman noted that company executives have proposed that results for matches will be locked in months ahead of time, and wrestlers will not be informed of the result until shortly before the bell rings. Allowing gambling on certain WWE matches would alter how matches are produced and how storylines are created. In discussions about how gambling on wrestling could work, WWE executives have proposed that scripted results of matches be locked in months ahead of time, according to people familiar with the matter. The wrestlers themselves wouldn't know whether they were winning or losing until shortly before a match takes place. Logan Paul appeared to be a safe bet to defeat Seth Rollins at this year's WrestleMania, but the odds have changed. According to BetOnline's updated odds, Seth is now favored to defeat the 27-year-old at WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. The odds will likely continue to change until the premium live event, but at the moment Rollins is favored to pick up a big victory at WrestleMania. Despite now being favored, Logan has continuously gotten the better of the Visionary since eliminating him in the men's Royal Rumble match. The media star knocked Seth out cold this past Monday during Raw. The ability to gamble on wrestling matches could bring a new revenue stream to the company if it catches on. It will be interesting to see how many people will be willing to gamble on scripted matches if it becomes legal to do so. Would you ever gamble on a WWE match? Let us know in the comments section below. Sami Zayn breaks his silence after Jey Uso's betrayal. Sami Zayn was betrayed by Jey Uso this week on WWE Raw, as it first appeared that he had finally made his decision to walk away from his family. But seconds later, Uso super kicked Sami and rejoined the Bloodline. Zayn has remained silent over the past few days as Jey has updated and confirmed that he values his place in the family. However, the former Intercontinental Champion recently took to social media to post an image, which shows him hugging Jey Uso. The image was captioned "Emotions," which resonated with fans, considering how the WWE Universe went through a roller coaster of emotions throughout the final 5 minutes of the show. Sami Zayn officially parted ways with the Bloodline at the Royal Rumble, but he is still very much a part of their story and could be the man to finally dethrone the Usos at WrestleMania. Following Jey Uso's betrayal, Zayn will be pushing for a tag team championship match, but somehow he needs to convince Kevin Owens to join forces with him and help him gain his revenge on the Bloodline. There are still 3 weeks until WrestleMania and plenty of time for Kevin Owens to reunite with Sami, and a match between the 4 men can then be made official. Although Cody Rhodes was the one to save Sami on WWE Raw, it's unlikely that the American Nightmare will help him at WrestleMania since he has his own title match against the Bloodline leader, Roman Reigns. There was a leak that stated that the betrayal between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso on the latest episode of Raw was a work. What do you think? Was it real or a work? Do you think Sami Zayn will main event night 1 of WrestleMania 39? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Best swerves of all time: Jey Uso betraying Sami Zayn. Bill Apter recently opened up about Jey Uso betraying Sami Zayn on this week's edition of WWE Raw, terming it one of the greatest swerves of all time. When Zayn turned on Roman Reigns at WWE Royal Rumble 2023 and was subsequently punished for the same, Jey Uso was the only one who refused to beat him down. Though Sami Zayn and Jey didn't get along well earlier, they slowly became close while together as part of the Bloodline. However, things imploded on Raw this week, where Jey Uso left fans stunned by taking down the former honorary Uso and aligning back with his stablemates. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast hosted by Mac Davis, Bill Apter lavished praise on how things panned out on Raw. That was one of the great swerves of all time. When he went down and hugged Sami, I was like, this is great because probably now going to be Solo and Jimmy teaming against Sami and Jey, and what happened totally shocked me. One of the best swerves of all time, said Bill Apter. Though Apter didn't echo the same feelings as Teddy Long, who wants Rikishi to be a part of the story, he feels Roman Reigns could have something else planned. I agree Rikishi should come in, but I have a feeling, this is nothing I know, I have a feeling Roman Reigns is planning something. I don't know what's it gonna be, but I don't think it's gonna be Rikishi. That would be a great idea, but I don't think that's gonna happen yet. On Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, Russo stated that the Bloodline should have attacked Cody Rhodes in the closing moments of WWE Raw. He explained that since Cody came to the rescue of Sami Zayn after the Bloodline began brutalizing him, if the stable had taken him out, they would have won some brownie points from Roman Reigns. So we get to the end of the show. Jey Uso lays out Sami Zayn with a kick. They throw Sami Zayn to the ring, they're getting heat on him. Here comes Cody Rhodes, who's facing the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania. He comes in, goes to Sami, and the 3 guys, they back off. He's wrestling Roman at WrestleMania. Could you imagine the points they would get with Roman if they would break an arm, break a leg? Please make sense out of that for me. Massive plans for Roman Reigns. Potential details about the WWE Backlash 2023 Premium Live event have recently made headlines, and it looks like Roman Reigns could also be taking part. Interestingly, several other prominent names are scheduled to join the Tribal Chief. According to a report from Zero News, Roman Reigns might face Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn at WWE Backlash 2023. The Stanford-based promotion is allegedly considering a triple threat match between them. Else, Reigns could also defend his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against either Rhodes or Zayn in a singles bout. The outlet further reported that a non-title match is also being discussed. Reigns might team up with Jimmy and Jey Uso against the team of Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens for a massive 6-man tag team contest. 2 main events being discussed for Backlash at this time are Reigns vs. Rhodes vs. Rollins, or Reigns, Jimmy, Jey vs. Rhodes, Kevin, Sami. Zero News tweeted. The Tribal Chief defeated Zayn at last month's Elimination Chamber Premium Live event in the latter's hometown of Quebec, Canada. However, the rivals seemingly still have some unfinished business. Jey Uso recently attacked Zayn on Raw to end any rumors of a partnership. Meanwhile, Zayn has continuously asked Owens for assistance against the Bloodline. The head of the table is currently gearing up to face Cody Rhodes in the upcoming WrestleMania 39 event next month. Currently, there is no confirmation on who will headline the May Premium Live event. However, one mainstream name is already slated for a significant role at the show. As recently announced, WWE Backlash will take place on May 6, 2023, at the Coliseo de Puerto Rico José Miguel Aguilar in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Hence, it's no surprise that Puerto Rico's very own Bad Bunny will host the event. The news was quickly reacted to by WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H. The wrestling legend stated that the Grammy Award-winning rapper was ready and excitedly inquired if the fans were as well. On May 6th, WWE returns to Puerto Rico with a premium live event for the first time in 18 years. At San Benito's ready, San Juan's ready, are you ready? #WWE Backlash. With the likes of Bad Bunny, The Bloodline, Rhodes, and Zayn potentially appearing at the major show in Puerto Rico, WWE Backlash 2023 is shaping up to be another exciting international event for the company.
I I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me